two things. We need to stay resilient, and we need to play the long game. Trump just won the US elections a few weeks back, and I've been looking at this situation and looking at the guy. In 2020, he loses the election. Everyone writes him off. There's no way he comes back. His former advisors, secretaries of different departments, people who worked in his office, they write him off. They say, this guy's a charlatan. This guy is a moron. You must never work with him. They say all sorts of things about the guy. And everyone says he's dead buried. There's so many cases against the guy. But he stays on course for 4 years. The guy goes and works hard, puts a new team together, changes his message, changes the focus of his team, and comes back and wins the election. And he wins a historical election with so many firsts that he was fighting against. And to be able to do that, to have the patience. Think about the challenges you have today. You failed an exam, you have a breakup, you have a relationship that fails to work, you lose a job, and so on and so forth. Most of these things you don't even need 6 months or 12 months to pick yourself up. And most of the time you still have age on your side. This guy is in his late 70s. He still has the ability to wait for 4 more years and say, I'm going to go back. The guy turns whatever bad situation happens around him into a campaign message. His photo op for being arrested becomes one of the most valuable photos that he uses in election. When the opposing camp makes statement about garbage and all sorts of things, he takes that and uses it. When Biden makes all this funny gaffes with wearing the cap, the MAGA cap, he uses it to his advantage. And then you wonder, what is the lesson there for me? Because I'm not an American and I'm not living in that world, but there's definitely something there. We gotta stay resilient, and you just gotta pick yourself up. Play the long game. Pick yourself up. Even when everyone around you disowns you and labels you something else. If you know what you want to achieve, that's what you go for. And this message has got nothing to do with supporting Trump or not supporting him, but it's more focused on what is it that I can learn from this lesson. It's a pivotal moment. The guy is shot in an assassination attempt, and there's a second attempt on his life. He just says, I keep going. He rises his fist up, says, fight, fight, fight. Like, who does that? You just gotta play the long game. At times you're just gonna be the stupid one and focus on the long game, and you just gotta be resilient. When all doors seem closed, there is one door that can open and change the situation.